Thank you, Claire. And Ben, I couldn't agree more. We need to invest in our people. Our people are the backbone to any business. Wow. Just give me a second. It's taken 5 years to finally be on this stage. As Claire mentioned, 2020 Scholar, and there's been a lot of bumpy road between here and there, but I am finally here and it's such a privilege and I can't thank Nuffield enough. So what I've noticed today is the energy in the room is still pretty good but dropping a little bit, so I'm just going to need some help through my presentation. If everyone can raise their right hand. Let's go. A little bit higher. Beautiful. Now I know that you can do it. What about your left hand for those lefties? Raise your left hand. I'm probably doing the wrong hands myself. A little bit higher. Beautiful. So throughout my presentation, I'll be asking some questions, and as leaders of the industry, I trust that you'll be able to raise your hand and give me a little feedback as I go. Right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of my journey over the last 5 years, as well as what I studied. So where was I before Nuffield? I worked for Consolidated Pastoral Company, large corporate company throughout Northern Territory and Queensland. In those later roles, and I was with them for 18 years, so in the later roles we managed some stations for them, as well as I stepped into the training and recruitment side. I'm a wife to my husband Cameron, and I was a mum of 3, or still am a mum of 3, to 3 beautiful girls. My husband, Cameron, was also a Nuffield Scholar in 2017, I believe. So where am I now? I'm still a wife and a mum, and I'm pretty excited that I've lasted 2 Nuffield Scholarships and still married. We now reside in Mirriwinni and North Queensland, so we made the move in 2020. We have a small beef enterprise, and I am the founder and CEO of Top End Leadership. I'm a coach, I'm a facilitator, and I'm a speaker. And there's no way that that's who I would be in those later ones without the support of Nuffield. So who here remembers where they were in the year 2020? Hands up. I remember too clearly when I was left Catherine. I was on my way for 9 weeks, going to our CSC, heading off, when I got the email to say, your trip's been cut short, we're now going for 4 weeks because of COVID. By the time I got to Darwin, by the time I arrived in Queensland, the trip had been cut down again to a week, and then as Jodie, helped manage through that, I think we were 4 days at Tangalooma. So we felt, well, there was mixed emotions, right? So leaving home was hard, but after being exposed to a room full of professional, beautiful people, all of a sudden, my trip had been cut short and I was getting sent home. And I was like, I'm getting a bit teary now. But I felt sad that I didn't want to go home, but I had just been opened, my eyes had just been opened over these 4 days. So in reflection, the year 2020 to me was a year of realignment, a year of reflection, a year of opportunities, a year of growth, and a year that I founded my own business. So it wasn't all bad. I think if we, look at it and if we can really reflect on what opportunities did the year 2020 give to you. So through my travels, once I started travelling in 23, I got to go to, with our GFP group, we went to Zimbabwe, UK, Spain, Italy. I went to Switzerland separate, and also I did a lot of travel around Australia due to borders being closed. Why staff retention? I think it's not only in the northern beef industry that we're, struggling to why are people leaving. I think it's, it's Australia-wide, it's, worldwide. And through my journey, I've realised, and in my time in recruiting people and 18 years in the ag industry then, I was like, there's so many good people that come into this industry and leave too early. And I wanted to find out how we can keep them because they had so much to offer. So what I've learned over my journey is people will stay when they have a sense of purpose and when they feel that they belong. Who here has been in a business that they feel that they have purpose and they feel that they belong? So I want you to hold on to that feeling because that's what everyone wants to feel. And that's when they're going to give us the most value. So we can do this by providing great leadership, building great team cultures, building environments that people want to stay. We need to help them feel valued. And it's not just a monetary value, it's taking time to understand who they are and where they want to go and what drives them and what motivates them. It's providing opportunities for growth. And being transparent. Let them know what the vision is of your company. Let them know what you're working towards, and they're going to give you more. And they're going to feel part of the team. I think, maybe at different slides, but anyway. So my recommendations would be, before I get started on my recommendations, not everyone in the room's done a Nuffield Scholarship, but a lot of you have. And as you go in with one topic, it keeps escalating and escalating and escalating. And that's what happened to me. I'm like, yep, I'm going to go do staff retention. Well, how do we keep staff? We need good leadership. And then how do we get good leadership? Well, we need to be able to have good recruitment. And then it was like, well, to have good recruitment, we need to know who we're employing. So it went into business systems. So I'm going to reverse engineer it. And my recommendations to the industry is know your business, know what your visions and the values are, know what environment that you want to create, and have that sense of belonging, make that sense of belonging within your business. Recruitment, it's hire slow, fire fast. Make sure that you're hiring the right people with the right skill sets for that job that's aligned with your culture and your team. Leadership, as we just said, keep investing in your people. People that are curious, not people or leaders that are lead with curiosity and not judgment. Growth, make staff development a priority through training, mentoring, and career paths. The biggest, I'm just going to jump forward here. But a quote is, what if we train our people and they leave? This is a quote that I hear too much. And what if we do? Well, what if we don't and they stay? Like, we have to give people the best opportunities possible. They may not stay with you, but they're going to remember you for the value that you've provided and what you've given them. And they'll normally stay within the industry. So looking at Zimbabwe really took my heart in my travels. And I thought they did a few things really well, and that was they have people working in their strengths. So in here you'll see the women used to do all the delicate tasks. In the blueberry farms, they were only allowed to do the picking and the packing. And then you've got, this is in tobacco leaves, they all had their set roles. They invested in community. They built, it's isolated. They invested in their communities to make that sense of family and belonging. And I don't know if you can see it. There's two little girls there doing little poses, which I thought was really cute. And the other one is create culture. They're really good at creating cultures where people want to belong. So my next question is, leaders see potential in others before they see it in themselves. I forgot to put a full stop in there though. Leaders see potential in others before they see it in themselves. Who here has had a leader that has seen the potential in you before you've seen it in yourself? Excellent. So I just want to make a special mention to the late Luke Bowen. He really has helped elevate my thinking and my self-image through my first Nuffield interview. The other person that's really also made a huge impact in believing in me before I believed in myself was fellow 2020 scholar Catherine Valicia. Said that I'd be a great speaker and I would never hop on stage before this whole Nuffield experience. Now I do it for a living. And the thank yous are, to the Nuffield team, to, Jodie, Nicola, Tess, Carol, thank you so much for your patience with me over these last 5 years to consolidate a pastoral company. To my sponsors, AACo, Kidman, CPC and Elders. To my husband, he's not here, sorry. But yeah, thank you for all the support that he's given me over the years, as well as my girls. My 2020 cohort, there's a couple of you here, thank you. My Zimbabwe, we were actually called the mature group because we were all over, I think, 39 to 50. But little did they know how mature we were. And I have gone over time, but what I want Nuffield and my sponsors to know, and you guys, so between 2020 and 2025, this is how many people I've been able to reach on a bigger scale. And this is the number that I have. This is through my mentoring, my coaching, my workshops, and hopefully having a positive impact on their lives. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without the support of Nuffield and my sponsors and saying yes to my scholarship. So what does the future look like for me? It's going to be a continual journey of growth. My business is growing. My motto is setting people up for success to bring more value to their lives. So I'm just going to keep pushing the boundaries and keep saying yes. So my last slide is, if you need to change one thing in your business to retain people, what would it be? Thank you.